On today of all days, Mr. Overflow and Mr. Ordinary were both running late to work. Just as they entered the office, they saw their boss waiting for them with a frown on his face. Before they could say sorry, their boss said, "You're late today, but I'm going to give you a second chance. Be sure you're on time tomorrow." How great! The day started off with grace. Mr. Ordinary and Mr. Overflow settled down to work when a co-worker brought them an assignment which they were supposed to have brought yesterday. Even though Mr. Ordinary received grace from his boss, he had none to give to his co-worker. He promised he would tell the boss of how late he did the assignment. Mr. Overflow was living in grace, though. He forgave the co-worker and advised them to do better next time. At lunchtime, Mr. Ordinary and Mr. Overflow receive a special surprise. The owner of the restaurant gave them each a free smoothie. What an unexpected blessing! Mr. Ordinary feels pretty good about himself. Mr. Overflow recognizes God's grace in this gift. He knows he doesn't deserve it. After a delicious and grace-filled lunch, Mr. Overflow and Mr. Ordinary return to the office only to find to their surprise that someone has accidentally thrown away the paperwork on their desk. Mr. Ordinary vows revenge and goes to look for that person's desk so he can throw away their papers. Mr. Overflow finds the person and explains the mistake they made. The person offers to look through the rubbish bin with Mr. Overflow to help fix their mistake. On their way home at the end of the day, Mr. Ordinary and Mr. Overflow each end up standing on a bus near a big, tall muscle man. As the bus shakes, they accidentally step on his toes. Mr. Ordinary has not given any grace today, and he doesn't receive any now. Because he has given grace all day, Mr. Overflow receives grace back from the muscle man.